Yes, pleasure.
Yeah,
Pleasure to be
yeah.
here.
So, yeah, thanks for participating today in our this startup roast. I would say so. Probably you will introduce yourself, like a couple of words about what you do, what you're focused on, and like what your venture studio does, how startups can benefit from working with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. So I'm currently the CEO at BuildUp Labs. BuildUp Labs is a venture studio where myself and my team have been optimizing the process of going from idea to market with with new businesses and optimizing every single stage. From the opportunity validation to product development, go to market, and then fundraising. Um, 5 years ago, we also decided to create a startup incubator so that we could leverage all the learnings and support other founders in guide, in mentor other founders while they are building their own ventures. I'm also the president of Studios.pt, which is the National Association of Venture Studios here in Portugal, and I'm a business angel in several uh, business angel clubs, also investing in early stage startups.
hmm Thank you. And a couple of questions. So, as a venture studio, like, what is the typical stage startups are typically engaged with you? And given that today startup founders listen us from essentially all over the world, both like America and Europe. So, do you have some geography limitation or technology limitation or something like that? And who would be the sweet spot for you if they would like to apply?
Sure. So at the venture studio, our model is to be co-founders. So we are not, the venture studio is not an incubator. At the incubator, we just do some mentoring and guidance and help them fundraise. We don't invest at the incubator. But at the venture studio, we are co-founders. Think of us as a co-founder with some initial capital, with a team, an experienced team that has been building businesses for a long time, with shared services like accounting, legal, HR, etc. So that's what we bring when at the venture studio when we partner with a founder. What we look for is usually solo founders with a specific domain knowledge or a network that gives them um, an unfair advantage. And if the founder has that, typically our solo founders, sometimes we work with a couple of founders, co-founders, and we come in as the third co-founder. But usually are solo founders that have an idea, a good domain knowledge, and some unfair advantage. And we bring all the company building resources as a venture studio. That's what we bring. At the startup incubator, we support startups from idea to pre-seed, to seed, sorry. Um, and yeah, with the network of extended mentors, corporates, and mostly investors too. That's what we have at the incubator. So two different models, two different ways of collaborating with founders. Again, at the venture studio, we are co-founders. At the incubator, we are mostly mentors and we guide the startups and we leverage our learnings from the venture studio and also our network.
Okay, and both in incubator and in venture studio, do you go specifically on after some specific business models, or startups should be addressing some geography, any limitations, and if founders are outside Portugal, could be they participate online, or is it like a cohort specifically in Lisbon?
We don't work in cohorts, not at the venture studio, not at the incubator, and there's no limitations. As long as we used to say that there are only two criteria for us to work with founders or startups, either at the venture studio or the incubator. The first one is, can we really help? Can we really bring value? Can we really enhance the growth or the birth of this idea? That's one. The second one, do we really want to work with these founders. So there's also this human relationship that we try to understand if we are a good fit or not. So we want to make sure that we are a good fit on a personal level and that we are a good fit on the business level and on the value that we had. Everything else, it's easy to manage geography wise, business models, technologies that come into the table that we can manage and adapt.
Mhm. Okay, okay, got you. And also, like, to understand that the selection process for you is like, evergreen. You just apply,
Yeah,
and how it looks like.
exactly that. Exactly that. So at the incubator, there's an open application form. At the venture studio, we don't have an application form because usually, again, for us to become co-founders, the personal relationship, because being a co-founder is like getting married, right? So we want
Mm-hmm.
to get some introductions from people that we already trust, that they introduce us to good founders, or that sometimes we source founders from the incubator to the venture studio. But by working with them at first at the incubator, that's where we understand if we are a good fit or not. And sometimes that happens. We are a good fit. We like to work with them. We think we can help. So we bring the founder to the venture studio and become a co-founder, not just a mentor, as we are at the incubator.
Okay, great. Does anyone have any questions to Rui? You can write them down or raise a hand. Okay. So um, let's do so now today we'll have three startups to pitch. The first one will be Financy. The next one will be Docs Inside, and the third will be
Big
I
one.
will speak why. Yeah. So we will have about 5 minutes for the pitch and 15 minutes for Q&A, us answering questions and providing feedback. And unlike many VCs, you can also ask questions us, saying like, okay, what's like if you are concerned about something, if you have some honest question you would like to hear back from us, you can ask those questions today. So, and we will do our best for you to provide provide the insights, the feedback, our view, so that you could succeed with your business. So, Anton, you already have right to share the screen. Are you ready? Financy.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
starting.
you have 5 minutes for the pitch and 15 to 20 minutes for the Q&A. Okay, Q&A and discussion.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm starting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm presenting Financy, and our goal is to make banking great experience on top of on-chain infrastructure. The problem, demand for crypto doesn't need to be created. People already want borderless transfers, Bitcoin, and $5 to $10 yield instead of 0.5 percent in a bank. The only barrier is the interface, built for traders and tech users, not for regular people. And that is exactly where we focus. Our approach is DeFi Mallet. The user sees banking UX, while DeFi complexity is under the hood. On top of that, personal AI banker and access to high yield strategies. What used to be a privilege, banking privilege, now is available to any retail investor. So we are not implementing a new demand. We are unlocking existing demand with the right interface. Time is the key reason this can work now. Demand for crypto is at an all-time high, over 740 million users globally. Stablecoin volume already exceeds banking rails, and infrastructure is no longer the blocker. But consumer UX is still underbuilt, which creates a temporary gap between technical readiness and product readiness, similar to where the internet was in 1995. Financy brings a full banking product line into one interface with DeFi execution underneath. Banks are moving into crypto. We are moving from crypto into banking. A key difference, we don't hold users' funds. So Financy is software on top of existing rails. Zerion is the closest analog. It raised 22.5 million, but it optimized for DeFi native users, while we optimize for banking native behavior on top of crypto rails. So the real competitors are companies that being created right now. Three layers of business model: subscription, transaction fee, and pool fees. Subscription give access to features and reduces fees. So the more active the user is, the faster it pays off. Plus B2B stream, strategy providers pay auction fees to compete for priority placement in the marketplace. Conservative bottom-up still support a venture scale outcome of 2.5 billion TAM in Eastern Europe. Our team is not one-dimensional. I led the organizational side of 200,000 private B2B tender and managed a personal DeFi portfolio of 50K plus. Nikita built high-load systems at Fortune 500 level companies and ran a 25-person engineering team, plus 7 engineers in-house. And we multiply our execution with the partnerships. Krypton gives us reach gives us reach 10 million audience, and Ranks gives us machine learning model for market analysis and a high net worth strategy with 173% annual return at max drawdown of 35%. At the first stage, we ship portfolio aggregator plus AI, drive first users through Krypton's audience, and activate viral loops via snapshots and share links. Then we layer on transactions, copy trading, and P2P transfers. The product itself becomes the channel through referrals. And the third stage, we add fiat on-off ramp and DeFi strategy pools. That's where pool fees kicks in and B2B expansion starts. So our mode, each go-to-market stage has its own mode. At the first stage, it is data mode. Users configure the market intelligence to their specific investment strategy. And the strategy evolves as they learn what works. So
1 minute.
So we accumulate the data for AI, and AI knows better the user and his strategy. At the second and the third stages, network effects kick in. The more users on the platform, the better their experience gets through P2P and copy trading, and the more businesses want their strategy listed. So our traction in 4 months, we built the core, launched beta, onboard 27 beta users, and secured 2 partnerships. And we're raising $400,000 for 12 months to product market fit. And these are our contacts. So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for your presentation. Rui, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Anton. Good pitch. Several questions here. If I understood the opportunity that you identify now? Let me rephrase. Why now? Why now is the time for you to launch this?
Because crypto demand is at all-time high, and stablecoin the volume is more than on banking infrastructure. This is the first reason. The second reason, crypto infrastructure and AI infrastructure give the opportunity to launch this kind of product, and this early the projects can't do this what they can do right now. So yeah, demand and infrastructure, that's the answer.
So regarding demand, for the first stage you have 1,000 users. That's what you want. Each user will be a client, so 1,000 clients for the first stage. Where do you think you will get them, and how would you define the profile?
The profile is for the first stage, it is a native DeFi user or this crypto user. I say it's native crypto user, so it can have checks. It is a centralized exchange and a DeFi exchange, right? So we aggregate this into one portfolio and give AI to analyze a market and their portfolio. So this is our ICP, I say. And this ICP we get at Telegram via our partnership of Krypton, because they have network of 2K plus influencers with a reach of 10 million crypto audience.
And what's in it for Krypton?
We don't need only budget that we should give them to pay influencers. So yeah.
Okay, so there will be, as I mentioned, the distribution partner, and they will be paid for that.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. What is the MVP? What features are you considering for the MVP? Because I understand that you want the full service, the full banking services, but what will you start with?
We start from, as I said before, we start from aggregation, checks, DEX, and wallets. So the user will have in one place the whole portfolio that is scheduled, I say, across the crypto ecosystem. So that this is our MVP. And
so try to pitch it to me as a user. I have Coinbase, I have several wallets in different chains,
yes.
And I have like other investment platforms like XTB. I don't know if that's common or not. I have Revolut, and I have a bunch of things. So how would you pitch your value proposition to a user like me?
If you have crypto portfolio, we can so you can use us, because your crypto portfolio is separated between two platforms. I say 2+ platforms, and you need your platform in one place. Not only that, but also you need the analytics of it. Each asset you have, a P&L, allocation, net worth, and a retrospective 5 years and for now. So yeah, whole analytics of your portfolio, you come to us, and not only that problem, but also if you have 2 or 3 or 5 wallets, you can forgive which asset you have, right? And which chain you have. So it is several problems you can have if you invest in crypto, and we give a solution as a MVP for that.
Okay. I actually think that's very useful as a user. You're right. I guess my portfolio of crypto investments is just a mess. It's spread out through
Yes.
a bunch of platforms and SECs and wallets, etc. So that sounds interesting. But my question is, what would prevent Coinbase from doing that? Nothing really, right?
I guess Coinbase is gonna let his infrastructure. So he focus on more like Coinbase infrastructure products. He has wallet, Coinbase wallet. He has Coinbase exchange. He don't want to support other ecosystems like Binance, like Bybit, OKX, etc. Right? Trust Wallet, MetaMask. We combine everything. Not only that, but also Coinbase is a central player, I say, and DeFi player. If we talking about DeFi protocols, Coinbase not gonna support that, and we support everything.
Okay. From the start, that's my question about the MVP. How much are you able to have at launch?
Can you rephrase the question?
What is the current state of the product? So can you deliver on that promise as soon as you launch, or is there a roadmap here?
We already have our product deployed to web. Domain is finance.io, and we need probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks to make this like Stripe supported and payment supported, and more like, you know.
Okay.
But if we're talking about percentage, I say we are 85% ready. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you already get feedback from the early users that you onboarded?
Yes, we already have 27 beta users from our network, from my network and my co-founder network, and they say, no, I say it is easy to build, and they say, why nobody built this earlier? Because no, it's useful. It's useful, and if we're talking about roadmap, they like excited about it. So yeah.
Okay, good to hear that. What type of investors would you like to have for this round? Are you looking for Web3 investors? Are you looking for just fintech in general investors, or just you're not selecting?
I'm selecting. We selecting the first answer. The second answer is dilemma is between Web3 and fintech, but I think it's better to us to have Web3 investors, because they know better customer, they know infrastructure, they have specific network that don't have fintech investor, for example. So yeah, and we not only we're raising, but also we want a partner that can that we can ask questions, he can ask and give us answers, right, and share his network to us, something like that, so we can something do together, right? No, we don't need I say be a business angel that gives money and disappears. It's not in our interest.
Okay. What about any type of regulations? Where are you going to operate? In which geographies are you starting with?
For it is 2 locations, And the best location for us to start a business in is Singapore. We think now we think like that, but we should investigate this more. And I think the answer can change, but 90% it's Singapore.
There are some also some also geographies in European Union. So I believe like Poland have also pretty interesting regulation. So I would also look into, because I've seen that some crypto fiat banks incorporated on Cyprus and Eastern Europe. So probably it's not the only option. You take a look, especially given like I don't know what type of geography you're going to target in terms of your clients, but yeah, probably.
Okay.
I would look more broadly. Yeah, sorry, Rui, for interrupting.
Okay.
No, perfect. Maybe I can also add that here in Portugal we have some very friendly regulations around crypto, and actually we just have thousands of crypto millionaires coming to Portugal because they will not pay taxes on crypto here in Portugal as long as they hold it for 12 months. I guess that's
Yeah,
the
but
thing.
the thing is to be crypto investors and have money in crypto is the one thing. The other thing to run crypto company, I
You're
say.
right. You're right. You're right. Agree. Okay. Any specific question that you have for me?
I have, I guess I already know everything, but one question I have, what do you think the best market to us to launch, or what kind of market it is? Yeah, I mean location.
Location. Why? I think at this stage you should always try to find the easiest path, and that this applies to everything. Like build, don't build the whole product before you launch. Just build something that will bring value to the users, that you will be able to create a aha moment, like, oh, this is cool. This is what I will use this. So on the product side, that's find the easiest path on the product side. Then on the ICP, find the ICP that you don't need to convince them that this is important. So again, on the ICP, the easiest path is the ones that you don't need to convince that they have the problem. On distribution, same thing, low-hanging fruit. Where do these ICP
Located, yeah, in terms of
located?
like a platform, like.
Yeah, the same goes for geography. What is the easiest? I don't have a specific answer. I don't know actually. I could ask, but it's this. Just what's the geography that will give you the least friction? So what you want at this stage is to have as low friction as possible on product, ICP, distribution, and regulations, because you want to start getting this
Yeah, so
out there.
like I think about this question, no matter where we starting in terms of location, it matters if we're talking about platform where we make our distribution. So Twitter, X, Telegram, where crypto users are located, there is where we should start, right?
Exactly, but still, that is a very broad ICP. So I would say that you try to match what is the biggest value proposition that you could bring with the first version, and this idea of consolidating all my portfolio. To me, as a user, it's interesting. I'm not sure if that's the value proposition that you will want to go when launching.
It's MVP, value proposition, right?
Okay, perfect. So if this is your value proposition, then go on X, Telegram, whatever, and try to understand who are the users to whom this value proposition will be very clear. Because just talking about X as an acquisition channel, it's too broad, right? You need to start niching down, and understanding how can you target specific users that are talking about the issue, for example, that mentioned this in the past, that have a big portfolio. So you want to be as targeted as possible. Otherwise, it's too broad and it's hard. You mentioned something interesting, which is like the product will be your product-led growth. I think you mentioned something like with the referrals or something. Is that embedded?
Yes, at the first stage, viral loop. I call it viral loop. At the first stage, if we're talking about portfolio aggregation, it's two mechanisms. First mechanism is portfolio sharing, so your network can follow your portfolio and follow your, I say, trades, for example. And the second is a snapshot of your successful transaction, I say. And at the second stage of our go-to-market is referrals, because we add a transaction execution mechanism.
Okay, yeah, that sounds interesting. So once you start, this is always a funnel, right? Once you start having users understanding how can your existing clients fill the top of the funnel, that's always a very, very important tactic, especially when working with B2C, like when you are working with individuals. The individuals can actually become your greatest acquisition channel if you embed these viral loops inside the product. So and sometimes also something very important that usually founders tend to forget is that once you have clients, they become your design partners, meaning that you already have a community that you can go to before you decide to invest in developing any feature. You can just ask, like, we have the three ideas. Which one would you be more willing to pay a premium for, right? Like having these initial users and leveraging the feedback from these initial users, not just passive, like when they are asking for something, but proactively going to them with surveys, with one-on-one conversations, and just this is very, very valuable to get this initial feedback, because you will get not just validation, immediate validation from your existing clients, but this is also a good retention tactic, because your users will feel that they are part of they are building this together with you.
Cool.
Okay, so congrats. I think this is actually very interesting. I understand the problem. I've never noticed that myself as an investor, that I had that problem. I'm just used to have all these bunch of apps and wallets around, but I like the value.
I think you don't spend in crypto much time, right? If you live in crypto, it's gonna be a painful problem.
Okay, so you're saying I'm not your initial ICP then?
It
makes sense, right? Okay, good.
Okay,
congrats.
Thank you, Anton, for the presentation.
Thank you.
The next will be Docs Insight. Guys, are you ready?
Hello. Yes, I'm ready. Thank you, Dennis.
If you can share the video, it would be also great.
Yeah, I will share the presentation right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the video as well. Just 1 second.
Yeah, you will have 5 minutes for the presentation, more or less, and 15 to 20 minutes for Q&A. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Nice to meet you, everyone. Rui, thank you for your time in advance. So I'm going to tell you about the platform that we created, about the Docs Insight. Docs Insight is an innovative online platform for companies that relocate employees between countries. We combine immigration, tax, and also in the future, the legal processes into one solution. The platform was created in the intersection of law and technology by specialists with real experience in the field. Today we operate in Spain, but from the very beginning, we have seen great international potential in this product. Just 1 second. Yeah. So let's see problems that we noticed in the world and how we can solve them. So we investigated in the market and we understood that there are 3 problems. So today companies face a very specific and painful problem relocating employees between countries. This always involves 3 areas at the same time: visa issues, taxes, and legal requirements. And all of this has to be managed in parallel. At the same time, the market is fragmented. Small immigration agency cannot cope with a large flow of cases, and companies have to split the process between different providers. And as a result, of course, control is lost over deadlines, quality, and responsibility. And all of this, of course, falls on HR teams who become overloaded and have to deal with tasks that are not part of their core function. So this is 3 problems that we are solving with our platform. How we can do that? So on the one hand, we can see that this is this solution is IT solution. We create an all-in-one format, immigration processes, taxes, post-relocation support services, and of course, AI-powered technology are combined into one IT solution, both for the company and for its employees. So as well, the second part, DoxySite is not only an IT platform. Behind it stands professional support, lawyers, accountants, and specialized experts who help support the entire process with with quality and without loss of control. As a result, workload for HR, more control for business owners, and significant time savings. So yeah, how the product works. We have different modules in the platform that helps control every process in the same place. As you can see, there is a module, immigration module, accounting tax, and also other modules that we are applying and also we are doing now in this platform. So let's talk about AI now. The documents are checked by AI and our specialist, after which they are submitted for processing. The company and the employee can see status, next steps, and deadlines at any time. All communication and notification also take place within platform. As I said before, the platform is modular, with each model functioning as a separate component. We also planned other modules like legal modules and employment modules. A legal module, company incorporation, contract review, power of attorneys, and legal documentation. Employment model, employee registration, employment contracts, payroll documentation, and workforce administration. We do not simply help relocate the company and the employee, but cover the entire path of adaptation in Spain. So, who is the target audience? We focus on the company with 20 employees and above. Our main users are company owners, executive, HR directors. The platform is designed from the outset to be convenient both for the company and for the employee. Why now? why is this project especially relevant right now? Well, because there are some reasons. Even in Spain alone, it is clear that number of applications to the immigration authorities is increasing every year by tens of thousands and sometimes by hundreds of thousands. For example, the program like Nomad, Digital Nomad in Spain, right now, every day, the administration authorities, they receive like 100 applications every day. So there is a huge demand. The mobility of specialists is growing, and with it, the demand for convenient relocation solution is also growing. At the same time, immigration processes themselves are not becoming simpler. On the contrary, they remain complex and heavily burdened with requirements. All the time, the administration changes some internal requirements, and only great companies, legal companies, can know it and can apply these new requirements by the experience that they have. So yeah, this is the graphic that we see on the presentation right now. So yeah, I would like to introduce the team of the product of the Docs Inside platform. Myself, Alexander, I'm a CEO and founder. I have a partner, Alina. She's also co-founder, and she's a top lawyer in our company, which is she also specialized with the with high interest in unicorn companies which want to relocate to Spain. We have in our portfolio 3 different unicorn companies which we help them to relocate their employees. Also, we have our lawyer, head of Department of Immigration, Carlos. What can I say? Our company has 9 years of experience, more than 9 years. We have different departments. We have more than 9,000 cases of different immigration, legal, and taxes procedures. Yeah. Traction. This project grew out of the ProSpain business from our main company, which we have 9 years old, as I said before, and we want to do next step is emphasize with the platform, online platform Docs Inside, as I said before, because we have people, we have experience, and right now we are doing this technology to help these fields. Yeah, so let's talk about steps that we are going to do. We're planning go-to-market strategy in these few years. By the end 2026, first steps, we're going to get revenue via platform. I'm talking about the platform Docs Inside with AI assistance, approximately 300,000 euros by the end of this year, showing the business model that working, and also to get revenue for other necessary costs that we will get. Next step is 2027 is the step that we're planning to expand other markets. We're going to go and scale our company to new places like France, Germany, Latin countries, because we see the great demand in the Latin countries and other countries as well. And at the end of 2027, we're planning to get 1 million of revenue. So, and the third step, if we say about the next year, 2028, we can get more than 2.5 million in revenue by expanding by expanding in different countries, by expanding our business and different services and procedures. Yeah, let's talk about market size. Spain. Well, if we talk about immigration segment, immigration services, as you can see, we can calculate the size market by multiply 1,650,000 application by 328. So we have the approximate immigration services in 2024, 540 million euros. And if we see the accounting tax services, the market it's more than 6 billion euros totally. This is the market size. Let's talk about market size Europe. As you can see, the Europe has other numbers like 3 billions right now by the end of the 2028, and the market is increasing in immigration services. This is also for accounting tax services. We also see the great amount of the services of the companies, and in the market itself, you can see that the amount of this market, we can see that it's 160 billions of euros. Competition. Well, I can say that there is some competitions, there are some platforms, but I couldn't see that all procedures you can find in one same platform. You can find different platforms with different services, like accounting services or relocation services, and some also companies have concierge services, but all in the same platform, I didn't see. So here's three main competitors that we can see. There are different types. Some of them has more than one residence. Other has other strategy, like for example, they have paid consultation. We are doing this is for free. Some of them has lawyers, some of them are not. So there is a variety of different things that you can see, and you can understand that right now Docs Insights has some advantages right now. And if we speak about financial revenue forecast, we are planning to earn this amount with investments that we are looking for 2026. And year by year, we are going to grow 2 times, then 2.5 times, 5 times, and so on. Depends on the, of course, market situation, but with our forecast, it's possible. Thank you so much. If you have any question, please, I'm here to, yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah, so I believe like we will have like not 15, but like 8 to 10 minutes for
Okay.
the Q&A. Yeah, really, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Alexander, thank you so much for the presentation. Maybe just some feedback on the deck and on the presentation too. There are sometimes, so for example, on the market size, there's a typical slide that really helps when you're pitching and that investors are looking for, which is just a more structured, like the TAM, the SOM, the SAM, etc. Makes it much more clear to understand, and you don't need to go through the calculations and the formulas here, okay, on the presentation. That can come on the Q&A If,
Okay.
for example, you're pitching to an investor and is curious to know more, then you can go into the details. But so I felt that there needs to be more storytelling and more cadence on the presentation that will help you when you are pitching to investors. Speaking of storytelling, I'm curious about why Spain.
Why Spain?
You didn't explain, right?
Yeah, it's a great question because Spain right now has a great potential. We see it because many unicorns from United States and other countries, they come to Spain. For example, Revolut. Revolut has Revolut opened the physical office in Madrid, and there are other big unicorn that see great potential in Europe, and they start here in Spain.
Okay.
So
But
it's
is your company located in Spain?
my company.
Yeah.
Yeah, my company located is Spanish company. We have 9 years of
Okay.
experience. It's a Spanish company, the base company, and thanks to that company, now we're doing this platform online. Yeah,
And did you went through the process of migrating to Spain and getting the visa and etc.?
of course, I did it on my own, and I know the pain that every foreigner uh, can
Yeah.
understand. Yeah.
So that's exactly why I think, and why I mentioned storytelling, is that you can bring that to the beginning of the presentation, right? Making it personal, like that you know about the problem, that you live through the problem, and that gave you the insight and the opportunity to develop. Okay, so that's what I meant about having a bit more storytelling on the narrative of the pitch deck would help you there. So several questions then. You're not competing with remote.com or Deal, or do you know those companies?
Yeah. With Deal, we're not competing right now with
Okay,
Deal.
so those are not competitors of your
Well,
business.
they right now, Deal is doing the immigration platform as well. Yes, it's correct. But we have more procedures, we have more modules, um, all in one solution. Deal has two different solutions. It's payroll and it's immigration, but they don't have like specialized taxes. They don't have concierge service. So in this platform, yes, we can have like competition, but prices will be different. And we are using our own lawyers.
So I think that when you're pitching this to investors, the biggest question that they'll have at the end is, are you a service company trying to transition to become a tech company?
Well, we are doing a tech company by using the classic company that we have already. So the legal company, the consultation company that we have already, it's our core. But because we have lawyers, we have people, it's like combination, combination of lawyers and combination of new legal tech platform. So we are creating a new base, a new era of this platform by using the people, because AI is a great it's a great optimizer for the whole processes, but many of these different services that you have to do, they the best way if you're using the human potential for some services as well. Yeah, so it's
Got
like,
it.
yeah.
But the investors need to believe that, because investors typically don't like to invest in service companies
Yeah.
because those are not easily scalable. So that's why they invest in tech, usually in platforms, because those can scale much faster. But my question is, if you're now building a tech company, you need to convince the investors that you know how to build a tech company, because it's easy to understand that you can run a service company. It's not clear how are you transitioning, because it's very hard. I've done it. I had a marketing agency, and then I decided to create a venture studio just focused on products. So the marketing agency was services for big corporates, and then I built a venture studio just to build digital products. And it's a totally different mindset to run a service company than to run a tech company. So I guess my question is, if you're building a tech company, where is your CTO? Where is your data science team?
Yeah,
You
we
didn't
already
present that, right?
yeah, because today I started to work with CTO in this project. We had recently contracted him, so we're started right now with CTO. Of course, it's one of the most important people, yes, staff for startup CTO, and yeah, we have our own CTO.
And if I can, so you should show that you already have a CTO, and probably you should also make sure that the CTO is with you, if he's the right person, that he's with you for the long run. Because losing a CTO, it can be a problem, a very big problem to lose a CTO. But yeah, so more questions. I do understand the problem and the opportunity, because what you just mentioned about Spain and having a lot of unicorns coming to Spain, I guess here in Portugal we have the same. I think we are competing with Spain to attract these unicorns and the digital nomads and also the expats. So I do understand the opportunity, but you cannot expand to other geographies without having a local team that really understands the regulations, right?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. So we're going to buy law companies that, first of all, we will do like partnership, and then with growing of the business and the investments, we're going to buy companies that will help to create the best product, because the main problem of all partnerships, and why we started here in Spain, because we have our own lawyers and we control all procedures. If you have outsourced lawyers and other specialists, you can control your service. You can control your quality of your work. You can't do it, but we want to get the best quality. So we're going to buy in different countries law companies, accounting companies, and so yeah. In Portugal as well, and in other countries, the same. Yeah, the strategy.
Okay. Good. So I'm not sure how we are on time, but I have just one last question, maybe. What is your riskiest assumption? So I guess my question is, every founder has those moments where they go, this might not work. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. And if and when you have those moments, what is the topic that most
Sorry,
Yeah, Rui, you got frozen. It's probably yeah. Could you repeat the question? We've missed the last minute.
Sorry, I don't know what happened here. So I was asking about the riskiest assumption. The riskiest assumption is like something that you are not sure that you will be able to execute, and if you don't, that could hurt the whole business idea. What is your riskiest assumption at the moment?
well, honestly, I'm sure that we can do this. Honestly, there is some risk about the economy that could be, for example, if the economy will go down, well, there could be some problems with some services, but we can change always by automatization and AI, the price policy, and we can get other as well clients. right now I have experience of entrepreneur of 9 years, and I have different projects in Spain. Yeah, in different fields. So I'm sure that I can do it with my team, that I trust, with my team that support this vision, that support this mission, and we can do it together. And if there's some risk, there are always risks. Entrepreneurship, it's a big risk. There
Yeah,
could be happen.
Alex, it's not like an offense here. It's
Yeah,
more like what is the biggest risk that you see? It can materialize, it cannot, but this type of question is typically about like what is the biggest risk you see, and if it materializes, how you can deal with this. Because we're not questioning your as an entrepreneur,
Of
we're
course,
questioning like
exactly that.
yeah, probably.
uh,
From what I see, the risk is the highest risk is the execution, especially expanding to other geographies, because you've nailed it in Spain. But uh, at least I see the risk as a VC is that like probably this scale into some other geographies could be a problem. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and I
legislation.
think
Well,
yeah, that too. I agree. That can, because that's always changing, as you mentioned, and I think that's true in Spain and that's true in Portugal. But I think the reason I mentioned the riskiest assumptions is it's usually something that you don't know that you don't know. And this that I mentioned, that managing a service business and transitioning to a tech business requires a mindset shift. So I think you should be very aware of that, and maybe get some mentors, some advisors that really understand how to transition from running a service company to now managing a tech company. It's that would, to me, from the outside, I think that's a riskiest assumption, is that you continue to try to run a tech company as you did with a service one. Um, so that's my feedback. Something for you to be mindful of, that it's harder than it seems.
okay, it's a good point. I will think more about that. Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it for the feedback. It's really interesting.
Yeah. No, I really liked it. I understand the opportunity, definitely. If you ever decide to expand to Portugal, I'm happy to support you in any way I can, because yeah, I see the same opportunity in Portugal.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's my first pitch, so it's a great opportunity to speak to you, to a professional that can give a good advice. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And the last but not the least is Alexei. Why speak, right?
Speak why, but I
Speak why.
call my app Speaky. Just
Okay.
Speaky.
Okay.
Just a moment. Sorry. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. I will begin. Hi, I am Alex, founder of Speaky. We built a personal voice tool that lets you dictate text into any app and on the computer and record any meeting just with just one button. Let me start with a problem. Professionals who communicate a lot face three challenges every day. First, typing fatigue. Dozens of messages, emails, documents every day. People get tired of typing. Second, it is spontaneous calls. You get a call in the middle of your work by WhatsApp or FaceTime, and there is nothing to capture it. No notes, no recording. Important decisions just got forgotten. Third is fragmentation. Dictation is one app, voice dictation. Meeting recording is another. Mobile keyboard is a third. And you end up paying $30 or $40 a month for all of them, and still can't record a spontaneous call with any of them. Speaky solves all three by combining everything in one app. You can dictate into any application on the computer, email, messengers, documents. You can record any meeting without bots, app capture system audio directly. And on mobile we have an iOS keyboard for dictating messages right in your messenger with 99 accuracy. It's really good accuracy there. One tool for 50 months on instead of 30-40 months for 2 or 3 tools. Why now? Until recently, voice tools focused only on meetings, but over the past year a new trend emerged: voice input as a part of daily works. Social barriers have dropped because of a lot of workers work remotely, and new tools are being adopted at work. The rapid growth of Whisperflow and Granola provides proofs exactly that. Market. Now about the market. We are starting in Europe, 10 countries. SAM is about over $1 billion in addressable market. Why Europe? Players like Whisperflow only care about US and English. Is the most direction of their expense. Europe has a dozen languages and no one is building for that. The market is real because Granola is already a unicorn, as you know. The segment grows about 20% a year. And we are solving this for a multi-language market. Then product. The product is very simple. There is one button in your on your screen. Press it to either dictate text into any app or record a meeting. We also have a mobile app with keyboard for dictating messages. Today we have 2 platforms, macOS and iOS. Windows currently in beta version only. Competitors. Now about the competitive landscape. Whisperflow does dictation but doesn't handle meetings. Granola on the other side is about meetings only. And Speaky is sorry, nobody combines both. Speaky does, and we are built for Europe's multi-language market. Business model. We plan SaaS subscription, a few plans, Free, Pro, and Max. this our unit economics. Sorry. Traction. The product is at MVP stage, but it is fully functional. This is not a mock-up, and as you see, I make a meeting note for this presentation for my application. We have billing through the pedal. We have focus group. Today, about 10 active users and 3 paying users we have. Roadmap, our target is 10,000 MRR by Q4 in this year, and 11 million MRR by end of 2028. Vision. Today we are personal voice tool, dictation plus meeting. We built, but in 27 we built a voice context harness. It is a contextual layer around language models that work with user context. It is the next step. And the last step is personal voice assistant. The second step, voice context engine harness. It's like a wrapper which work with context of user and use LLM, different LLM which you want. You can use OpenAI, you can use, I don't know, Claude, and so on. And I think this is the good way to scale and improve. Team, we are 2 people. One, it's I have different experience in different spheres. I had a construction company about 5 years and work on a big manufacturing plant. And my co-founder, Renat, is CTO. He has about 20 years in software development. We were raising $200,000, proceed with 12 months on runway. Our goal is to prove that EU voice productivity is a pay market in 90 months. It's a first goal. That's all. Thank you very much. That's my context.
Okay, thank you, Alex. First of all, regarding the pitch presentation, one thing that helps is to practice. Practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, I'm not sure if you've been practicing or not, but the more you practice, the more confident you will be. So the speech will come much more natural. And yeah, the important thing with practice is that it will give you confidence when presenting, because I think the deck is well structured. You just need to practice a bit more on the flow of the speech. Regarding the product, I love this space. So myself and my team, we are heavy users of Whisperflow and Granola. Since I think beginning of this year, we've been using heavily both products, and we are really excited with the value that each one of those brings. So I like the value proposition of having just one product instead of managing the two. One thing that might be important regarding Granola is that we use the team feature. I I'm not sure if you're thinking about team features, but we do have a lot of folders depending on the calls and the sessions that we have with other founders. For example, at the incubator, we have a lot of mentoring sessions. Then we have all that organized in team folders, so that even if it's just me on a call with the founder, everyone from my team can also access that session. So the team features might be also important. But going back to what I was saying, I really love this opportunity. I think that once you start with, especially with Whisperflow, after a couple of days, it's hard to stop using.
Yeah.
So I guess my first question is,
Rui,
Yeah, Roy, you got
you're
frozen
frozen
again.
I'm not sure what's happening today.
Yeah. Now we hear you.
Okay. So I guess my first question is, how would you convince me and my team that are happy users of both Flow and Granola to change to speak again? How should I say the name?
Speaky.
Speaky. Okay.
I don't have a team plans now. My ICP is people in a small team, and they just to choose their own productivity tools. I don't know, it's like a freelancer maybe, product managers or project managers in small company. And I don't know how to convince you, because you have you pay for Granola for your
We
employees.
pay for both. Yeah, for both, for the team.
Okay, I think this the next step. The people like you, the users like you, the next step after our first ICP users, like freelancers, I think, because I don't have Teams features now. I don't have these features.
So, but I guess this. Before continue, let me ask another question. You and your co-founder, you are both very technical, and a critical challenge here is how to market. Is the acquisition. It's going to be critical here in the way that you position the product, the way that you target to specific ICPs. It's going to be key for you to enter the market. But you're currently two people, very technical. How are you going to solve the market side?
I understand that we need a sales lead. I wanted to tell, but I didn't. We are looking for sales lead for this stuff, because the leads, the cost of leads for this kind of application is very high, and to may go to market, we need not just pay for the advertising, but we need to do a social media content, viral content, a lot for this, and of course we need sales.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
So you're hiring someone. That's the answer, right? You're
maybe hiring.
You're aware.
Maybe as a partner. Maybe as a partner.
Okay, good. So going back then to the ICP, I think, and how would you position the product? The way I see it is people like me that already started to use Whisperflow. I guess Granola people are more used to recording sessions or conversations, but Whisperflow, I think, it requires behavioral change from the user side, right? It's a users need to adapt to it, so you need behavioral change. That's hard. So it could make sense that you target existing Whisperflow users, because Whisperflow already. Oh shit!
Whisperflow already.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Already.
Whisperflow already did open the market for you, right? They
Yeah.
already changed the behavior for those users, so you could come in with this value proposition of we are 2-in-1 and we reduce your cost. So that would be one strategy, to target existing Whisperflow users, because they are easier to convince, because you don't need to change the behavior. On the other hand, maybe your biggest opportunity is on professionals that will extract a lot of value from using this tool, but they are currently not using it. Because I might be biased, but I think this is mostly for tech people, are the ones using Whisperflow together with Granola. Am I wrong?
Right, I understand. I think the biggest you said I need convince you. I can say that the using of app is very simple, because I use meetings, record meetings, just to push one button, and it's no bot. It's like Granola, and it's very simple to use, because a lot of people, I understand, they don't want to make these settings, setup, and so on. They just need this one magic button, and we give this button these people.
So what you're saying is that it shouldn't be very hard to convince users that never used Granola or Whisperflow to start using. Is that it? That it should be easy to convince them to start using your product, even though they never tried before Whisperflow and Granola?
No. I think we can. You said right that Whisperflow is icebreaker. It's icebreaker for it. It's first.
Yeah.
The second, my idea is that my app is simplest than Granola, because I tried Granola and tried Fireflies, and I tried Super Whisper, and this my application is simpler than another one. This idea. Was.
Good. So regarding the fundraising, I guess that the problem here when you're pitching this to investors is that you're lacking a go-to-market strategy, a consistent go-to-market strategy. And again, and you're lacking, so I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening today, but I was saying that investors, when approaching investors to try to fundraise, you need to show them a consistent go-to-market strategy. And I think that's what's lacking, is that you still don't have traction, and you don't have a go-to-market strategy, and you don't have someone in charge of executing that go-to-market strategy. So even though I personally think this is a great idea, great opportunity, if the user experience is good, if it can really understand multiple languages, I think this makes total sense as a product to combine Whisperflow and Granola in a very simple user experience. So I love the product side. I'm not convinced about the go-to-market side. That's something that you must work on if you're pitching to investors.
I understand. Okay.
But yeah, I really like this one. I really like.
Thank you.
Can I try it, by the way?
Yes, of course. You can have a trial 7 days.
So it's not open. Is it open? Did you launch already?
Yeah, launch.
Yeah.
Like, say you're not
And
doing it right. Let me teach you how to do it. If like if a person like an investor says, "Hey, I want to try it," you say, "Oh, definitely, I'll do a setup call for you." Like it's easy. Because with your product, it's not possible for all the products, but with your product, investors are natural users. And when an investor can use a product and understand him or herself, like how is it convenient, etc., it it impresses, and it like makes more, it persuades better to make persuades better to make a deal. So
Right.
That's a
next
great
time an
point,
investor
Dennis.
says, "Can I try it?" Like you say, "Hey man, yeah, here is the code. Yeah, just a second. Like, look how easy it's to click. Like you click here and you already have it. Yeah, just try it right now. Is it working? Okay. So I'll give you like extra, like use it, like give me your feedback, etc."
If you have 15 minutes, I with pleasure make a setup
Okay.
speaky.
Now you're progressing. You're catching it up.
But Dennis raised a very, very interesting point, which is investors might be willing to try this because I imagine that they spend a lot of time on calls and they write a bunch of emails and memos, etc. So writing and transcribing and recording calls, I think it's part of their daily workflow. So if you bring that to the narrative, to the beginning of the presentation, and maybe ask, how many do you have an idea of how many times you type a keyboard per day, or do you have, so make it again involve when you're pitching. Probably investors will totally understand the problem. So yeah, as Dennis mentioned, this is probably a good opportunity with investors, is to make it for them too.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Okay, I'd say, do you have any questions to ask? Probably you want to ask something before we wrap it up.
I choose maybe one. Yes, I choose Europe market, but I don't know. Maybe we need to make a global step to US market too. I don't know yet what make better.
That's what I'm saying. You're missing your focus. You've been focusing on developing the product. Someone should be focusing on developing the market. And the way I would approach your question, I don't know the answer, but the way I would approach it is to start a bunch of experiments, like having. I think you have here two different segments. You need to segment by location, geography, and you need to segment by like profession, almost product managers, project managers, developers, lawyers, investors. There's a lot of people that spend a lot of time on keyboard and on calls, right? So if you segment them, and the way I would approach it is I would create like 5 different ICPs like this, segmented by profession. And then for each one, I would create a landing page specifically for their workflow, explaining how your product would benefit their day-to-day, how much time they would save, etc. For each one of them should be slightly different, right? And then creating 5 landing pages in different languages. So this would be a way for you to test and then measure everything. This would be a way for you to test which combination of profession and geography could get you your initial niche, the way to start conquering users, because you don't want to go broad, obviously, not at this time, unless you have big budget, but you don't have a marketing team, a sales team, you still haven't fundraised, so that's hard. So the way I would do it is to launch this type of experiments, and then just spend a few hundred euros or dollars on campaigns to attract those users, those specific users, to the landing page, and measure the interest and the intent to buy. Then usually when we do these experiments, typically there's one specific segment in one specific geography that shows a lot of promise, and we just double down on that. So we just focus on that specific ICP, and we make the product, the onboarding, everything really optimized for that ICP. Because imagine that you just focus on project managers in Europe or in Netherlands. If you really conquer that segment, that can already be a very interesting market for you. Then you can always expand from that. But conquering a niche, that to me would be my go-to-market advice, is understand what is your niche. Maybe I wouldn't focus on developers. I think developers are already using Whisperflow and Granola, and it would be harder for you to convince them to change. But ones that still are not leveraging and taking advantage of these products, I think that would be what I would test. I might be wrong, so include developers on your experiments.
Yes, I think so too. And second question, when you install Whisperflow, could you say? When?
You mean since when Rui became a user, and how long have you been using? Okay.
I think I started using Whisperflow around 2 months probably, but my team has been using it for longer.
I think they began the advertising to Europe 2 or 3 months, because as I see, a lot of people install Whisperflow 2 or 3 months only. But it's a long company from 21 year, this company.
Oh, really? I had no idea. I thought they were just started last year. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Rui, would you like to sum it up, say something as a conclusion, and keep in mind that all the 3 people which were pitching today, they were doing it for the first time in their life, and we know as VCs we can polish it.
Perfect.
So
yeah. So regarding the presentation itself, practice makes perfect. So the best way for you to have a good presentation is to do a lot of practicing. That's one on the presentation side. Then overall, understand that when you are fundraising, understand the VC model and how VCs work. So if you're asking for 200K, 400K, and you still haven't shown that you can generate revenue, that users are willing to pay for what you are bringing to the market, it will be very hard for you to fundraise with VCs, because they will always prefer to wait and see if there's a market for what you're building. So because this is the model of VCs, they still want to de-risk their investment. So they want to invest once they see that the opportunity is there. And the opportunity comes with the right team, with the right product for the right market. And usually, and I think the three that we saw here is, well, maybe the second one not. Usually there's a team, there's a product, but market is still missing. So you also need to bring the market into the equation for it to make sense for the VCs. That you have a team that can build a product and conquer a market. That's what VCs are looking for. So if one of the pieces is lacking, then you need to work on it to convince the investors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. I will add 2 cents. It's more like on the presentation side. And yeah, it comes with practice, but like a little bit more energy. Like because because you know we like to be alerted as VCs. Like we like to be like involved, engaged, see a hustler, an energetic person pitching about the product. It grabs.
And we also like stories, I guess, right?
Yes,
we want to have to feel that the presentation has a story, an angle. Like, oh, so this is what happened. This is that, so that we get involved, because we are humans and humans love stories. So yeah.
Yeah, and in general, especially at the very early stage, when we make decisions because we like people. We see that it resonates with us. So this emotional moment, you shouldn't be excluding from the equation. And that's why the stories are important. Like that's why the engagement and giving the product for the VC to use is important. Just because it's like it helps us to make a decision.
Yeah, because another thing that usually I'm aware of is whenever you are pitching, you are selling your product. And so the ability to sell is very important for a founder. And if you don't show in this presentation that you are actually excited with the product, that you are fully committed, that you believe in what you're building, then you're not selling it right. And you're not selling it to investors. Probably you're not selling it to your customers.
Yeah. That's also the concern that typically arises. That's true. Okay. So thanks everyone for joining. Rui, thanks for having this conversation and our startup bros today. If you have any like final words you want to say, like or again like call to action, yeah, it's the time. Otherwise, we will be wrapping up for today.
Okay, no, thank you so much. It was a pleasure here. So I introduced BuildUp Labs as a venture studio and an incubator at the beginning. Happy to discuss any of the models of BuildUp Labs with anyone. That's my day-to-day operations. So thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. And have a great day. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.